All right, welcome, kings and queens. Today we are back, y'all, and we're talking
In
Vogue. If you don't know who In Vogue is, Google it right now. Open up what I don't even know what apps, Apple Music. In Vogue, y'all. In Vogue was one of the hottest female vocal groups, in my opinion, of all times. All times. When I tell you they lit up the music charts, and there were four members: Terry Ellis, Don Robinson, Cindy Heron, and Maxine Jones. Well, former member Don Robinson shared today that she's homeless. She shared that she has been living in her car for 3 years, and this is a secret that she's been keeping. She's homeless in Los Angeles, California. In a recent vlog, and shout out to the Jasmine brand. This is where I'm pulling my source. In a recent vlog, she posted to her YouTube channel and revealed that after living with her parents in 2020, she decided to relocate back to Los Angeles. That's your first mistake. It's very, 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 very expensive to live there. But we're going to come back there. That she decided now. She left her parents' home in 2020 and relocated back to Los Angeles at the request, watch this, of her then co-manager, who promised to make room for her until she secured her own place. Ooh, baby, these empty promises. Expressing her love for the West Coast city, Dawn happily accepted the offer. Upon arrival, she found herself staying in a hotel for months because the co-manager actually didn't have room for her. Dawn, I'm gonna come back to that. After struggling to work with him, describing the process of securing an apartment as frustrating, Dawn reveals she began researching the van and car life community and realized it was a lifestyle she could embrace. Fast forward to today, Dawn, who left In Vogue in 1997 after co-founding the group, has since pursued a solo career acting in reality television, said she's been living in her car for 3 years now and feels at peace with her decision. What are your thoughts, y'all? What are your thoughts? Now, here's my issue that I take up with it. Here's the issue, or here's my concern. This was not an idea that originated from you. Let me say that again. You know what? I'm getting too far ahead of myself. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
All right. And I'm gonna let you hear it from Dawn. Here's my concern, Dawn. This is not a notion, a concept, an idea that came from you. This was not your original thought. And you've got to be careful. I don't know this co-manager. I don't know if he's a good person, a person of integrity or not. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk, ladies. Let's talk. You got to be careful of who and what you allow to pour into you. You've got to have a filter that's so tight, that's wrapped so airtight. I always ask God, help filter things out before it hit me. I needed to go to you first, that by the time it hits me, I can decipher what to keep, what to discard, what to keep, what to discard, what to keep, what to discard. Dawn, that was not your original idea. You were good where you are. And although you have shared that you are happy where you are, and it's a lifestyle that you have come to embrace, that's not where you belong. You do not belong in your car. And though you are making the best of it, I believe you are wasting time. You're wasting time. You're in the desert when you're probably supposed to be in a promised land. We've got to be careful that you don't let people come into your life and speak things over you and what? Put ideas, notions in front of you that didn't come from you. It's not about control, it's about discernment. It's about staying true to the purpose and the call and the course that God has purposed you with. If that's something God wants you to do, he would have gave it to you before he gave it to them. Let them do it on their own. If you were going to consider, it would have been smart. You see what I'm saying? Smart, wisdom, knowledge, smart, the wisdom of it all, to maybe travel back and forth, to not completely commit to a total relocation, not knowing what was on the other side, not knowing or truly understanding what was on the other side of that. I come to people come to me with ideas all day, left and right. Nope, nope, nope. That is not what, nope. God didn't even put any of that on me. And this is how I really know. If it gives me a little bit of anxiety and I'm having to figure things out, or if I could be left hanging on the line for something that could be perceived as an insult, no. Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, we're all responsible for how we show up. We're all responsible for the decisions that we make in our own lives. You have to consider the cost of saying yes. And Dawn, that was not, that did not derive from you. That did not come from you. That came from somebody else. And at the end of the day, people will leave you stranded. People will leave you hanging. It's going to happen, right? Whether it's your idea or not. But if it's yours, at least you can move the pieces around the chessboard, replace them, move them out the way, pivot, because it's true. It's customized to you. It's personal to you. So that's all I want to say about this. With that being said, um let me show you the video of Dawn just sharing where she is. This is, I'm not going to say it's sad. I don't know what word I want to use, but let's just take a look together. And what are your thoughts?
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me. So I was just trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. You can't read someone else's mind. You can't figure them out. They got to figure themselves out. So I was like, let me get out of here. You guys, for the past 3 years, I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So before you even went to LA, you and your mom were having differences. You made an abrupt decision to go sleep in your car. And I'm not blaming her. I'm just telling you, we got to be mindful of the thoughts that we entertain. Because could it be that you manifested the separation? And let me tell you what I mean by that. Abruptly lived in your car in Vegas without any planning, exit strategy from your mom's house. Not saying that you should not have left, but an exit strategy is better than none.
And he said, you need to come back to LA because it's getting ready to be fire in Vegas. You need to come back.
And it ended up being fire in LA, child.
I love LA, so I said, okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. But you have a dog, I have a dog. And he's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then
That wasn't a well thought out plan. And as women, I need us to be more cognizant. I don't have a lot of room. So this was like spur of the moment, unplanned. He really didn't want you there for whatever reason. He was saying, come for what? I'm not sure, because he didn't properly prepare to receive you as a woman. I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make some room. That should have been a red flag right there in and of itself.
And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh
Why would he lure you to Los Angeles? You get to the house, he really doesn't have room. I need to know more about this story.
my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then he wouldn't meet me there, and so I would take video and send it to him. He's like, no. Oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I'm like, dude, I'm the one who has to live here. This is my remote for my
Why were you calling him to approve your apartment?
phone. You can push play and pause and all that stuff. So that's why I'm holding this. Anyway, and it's way cheaper than the hotel. I told my assistant one day, I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I could do that. I could do.
Dawn, that's staged for social media. They staged that for social media in hopes of becoming viral influencers, or profitable in some way.
This, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. And then he
My sympathies are with her for being unhoused. I feel like that's a very, very complicated situation. But listening to this, I guess my question is, Dawn, is it by choice? Because you are a member of Envogue. That means you have pipes. You can sign. You can sign down. There's cruise ship jobs you could take and receive free room, board, food by singing and performing on cruise ships. So I have a lot of questions, I guess. What about y'all? This is sad to hear, sad to see, but let's take it to the chat. What are your thoughts? That's Dawn Robinson, In Vogue, one of the most iconic girl groups of all time. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Finish the lyrics in the chat. Join me over there.
I try hard to